You wake up on a cold metal bed with a pounding headache and no memory of how you got there. The room around you is completely white. There are no windows, no phone, and no obvious way to escape. The only thing in the room besides the bed is a security camera mounted high in the corner. You try to remember what happened. The last thing you can recall is driving home late at night. You remember the road, the headlights, and then nothing. Before you can think any further, a loud mechanical noise fills the room, and a massive steel door slowly slides open. A man wearing black tactical gear steps inside.
You walk behind him through a huge underground corridor. Cameras cover every wall, and armed guards stand at every intersection. Behind large glass windows, scientists work with advanced technology that looks decades ahead of anything you have ever seen. Nobody smiles, nobody talks, nobody even seems surprised that you're there. It feels as if everyone already knows who you are. After several minutes, you arrive at a giant reinforced door marked Sector 7. A scientist scans a security card, and the door slowly opens. Inside the room is something that instantly catches your attention. Floating above the floor is a black object unlike anything you have ever seen. It has no wheels, no wings, and no visible source of power. It simply hovers in complete silence. One of the scientists notices the look on your face and tells you that the object is the reason you were brought here.
A few hours later, you find yourself sitting in a small interrogation room. A woman in a white lab coat places a thick file on the table. Your name is printed on the front. When she opens it, you immediately realize that the people running this facility know everything about you. The file contains your school records, medical history, photographs, job applications, and personal information you never shared with anyone. The scientist calmly explains that they have been monitoring you for 7 years. At first, you think she must be lying, but then she shows you a series of brain scans. According to her, there is something unusual about your brain. She explains that the object in Sector 7 reacts differently when you were nearby. Nobody understands why, but somehow you are connected to it. Soon after, armed guards escort you deeper underground. A giant elevator carries you several levels below the facility. When the doors open, you find yourself standing inside a massive vault. In the center of the room sits a perfectly black sphere, about the size of a small car. It has no seams, no markings, and no visible technology. It almost looks like a hole cut directly into reality. The scientists keep their distance and tell you to approach it. Every person in the room watches as you slowly walk forward. For a moment, you hesitate, but eventually, you place your hand against the sphere. The instant you touch it, the entire facility goes dark. Lights shut off, computers fail, emergency alarms begin screaming throughout the underground complex. A powerful wave of energy bursts from the sphere and knocks people backwards. Scientists panic as backup generators struggle to restart the systems. Then, for the first time in history, the sphere begins to glow. Nobody has ever managed to activate it before. Over the next several weeks, Area 51 becomes your entire world. Scientists perform countless tests while trying to understand what happened. Every result points to the same conclusion. The sphere only responds to you. Nobody knows why. Nobody can explain it. Then one morning, something even more unbelievable happens. The black sphere begins moving. Its surface ripples like liquid metal before slowly unfolding. Hidden inside is a giant chamber that should not be able to fit within the sphere. The space is impossibly large. Floating holograms illuminate the room, while strange symbols glow across the walls.
Advanced technology fills every corner. It is immediately obvious that none of it was created by humans.
You step inside while scientists observe from a safe distance. In the center of the chamber stands a circular platform. As you approach it, the entire room suddenly activates. A giant holographic map appears above the platform. Thousands of stars fill the air around you. Scientists rush forward and begin recording everything. Then, Earth appears at the center of the display. A second marker appears far away in deep space. At first, nobody understands what it means. Then, the marker starts moving. Scientists quickly calculate its path and realize something terrifying. The object is heading directly toward Earth. The discovery triggers panic at the highest levels of government. Generals, intelligence officers, and government officials arrive at Area 51 within days. Secret projects are launched. New underground laboratories are built. Scientists begin studying every piece of alien technology they can find. Months pass. New inventions appear. New energy systems are developed. Technology advances faster than ever before. Meanwhile, the public has absolutely no idea what is happening beneath. What lies beyond them changes everything humanity thought it knew. Hidden beneath Area 51 is an entire city. Massive towers rise from the darkness. Blue lights glow across enormous structures. Ancient machines begin activating after what appears to have been thousands of years of silence. Scientists stare in disbelief as power flows through the city. One by one, dormant systems come back online. The deeper they look, the more impossible the discovery becomes. Humanity's greatest secret has been hidden beneath their feet the entire time. Then, something moves. At the center of the city stands a gigantic structure. At first, everyone assumes it is just another building. However, slowly, the structure begins to rise. Dust falls from its surface as massive sections of metal shift into place. Blue light spread across its body. Within seconds, the scientists realize they are not looking at a building at all. They are looking at a giant machine, larger than anything humanity has ever constructed. The entire underground city seems connected to it. Nobody says a word as the machine continues to rise higher and higher above the surrounding structures. The ground shakes beneath its weight. Then, after several long seconds, two enormous eyes suddenly light up with a bright blue glow. A deep, mechanical sound echoes throughout the cavern. The giant machine slowly turns its head and begins scanning the city around it. Scientists, soldiers, and researchers stand completely still as they watch the machine come to life. Then, its glowing eyes stop moving. The machine has found something. It has found them. For several seconds, the giant machine simply stares at the humans standing on the observation platforms. Nobody knows what it is thinking. Nobody knows whether it is friendly or hostile. The silence becomes unbearable. Then, the machine takes a single step forward. The entire city shakes, and in that moment, everyone realizes the same terrifying truth. The machine was never sleeping. It was waiting.